experience with a brownie I've ever had. Oh god.
My first blackout happened. We were just pounding all day. And I just remember leaning back on my truck, right? Because I have a truck. The bed was open and we're chilling there. It's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And we're just drinking. And I lay back on my truck. And in my head, I knew I went to sleep. But like in my head, I went to sleep at home. Like as soon as I laid back, like I felt I was home and I just knocked out.
Oh shit! You were comfortable and everything.
Yeah, like I was just out. I would wake up at my house on my couch, like not butt ass naked, but I think like just in my fucking chonies and shit. Right. Now I'm fucking freaking the fuck out. Right? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck did I get here? I run to my truck. And I'm like, cause we would park it on the street, so I went to go check it. When I went to go check for it, it was there. It was parked perfectly. Nothing happened to it. Like it was fine. Mm-hmm. So I was like, cool, right? Truck's fine. I go back home. I call my friend. My friend answers and he's like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, yo, what happened yesterday? He's on. So what do you mean? I'm like, yo, like what happened? What happened yesterday? How did I get home? He's like, you drove home. And I was like, what do you mean, dog? Like, I was like, dude, I blacked out. I don't remember shit. We were kicking it at the pad and that's it. And he's like, nah, dog, like you were cool. You got up and you said, yo, I'm hungry. Let's go to Denny's. We took off to Denny's.
Yeah.
Took off to Denny's, ate. He said I picked up on the fucking waitress. He said that you
married her, had kids.
Yeah. We jetted home. I picked up my truck, and he said that when I was on my truck, he's like, "Yo, you cool?" And then he said that I was like, "Yeah." Like we had a conversation before we left and everything. Yeah. And then he's like, "Yeah, you were cool, dog." Like
you ran for mayor. You won. Dude, I just picture like the pages on the calendar flying off and the seasons changing.
Freaking
and you're like making shit happen. It's the best you've ever been. People like you. There's parades where you're like the grand marshal and you're waving.
You got
everybody.
The key to the city,
and then you wake up and then people tell you did what?
Exactly. What the fuck?
Oh no!
What? It was crazy. It was so crazy. I was so terrified.
What? This infrastructure is actually usable these days because of me. I mean, that's a feather in your cap,
right? Good job, man. Good job, sir. I'll be voting for you in November.
So I've been searching for that level of like,
yeah, dude. I get it.
Ever since.
He needs to find the level where he's successful.
Well, shit, man. Yeah.
Well, I have a brownie story too, though.
Okay.
Oh no.
Where bonus.
My friend. It was a little Home Depot group that we had, like little that we party with, and she made some brownies for her birthday. Dropped them off at work. We're gonna go party after work, right? The brownies were basically weed. We eat half. We're like, fucking, we eat half. As we go into work, my friend locks himself in the fucking restroom for 2 hours. He didn't want to come out because his eyes were fucking looked like Dracula and shit.
Oh shit.
So we call her and I'm like, yo, we're so fucked up. I don't think we can make it. And she's like, stop being fucking pussies. Get your asses down here right now. Bam. So we get down there, right?
Fuck.
She was like, here, gives us a brownie. She makes us they eat it. And she had already ate two. And she ate one with us. She didn't move for the rest of the fucking night. She sat down and just sat on the fucking bench.
Damn.
Just like kicking it. We have pictures with her and shit. Like
we can have burning it and shit?
Yeah, she just couldn't move. She was just standing there and like kind of like would like move her eyes every now and then.
Fuck.
But she was straight stone, like just stone.
Fuck that, dude.
And my friend, like we had to take him home and shit. Like he was out. At the end of the night, we started off with like 8 people. I think only like 2 of us survived. Everybody else was just like fucking on the floor and shit. It was fucking weird, bro. It was weird.
Consume marijuana responsibly.
Yes. Please.
At least don't go all in on those brownies, dude. Those things are dangerous.
Don't
350. Go get a 350.
No, just don't.
350. eat half. You'll be good. You'll survive it. You'll survive it. It'll be an experience.
Definitely an experience.
Have you tried the 1,000?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
how was that?
It's a bitch. It's an afternoon, man. You got to dedicate an entire afternoon.
How so? Yeah. What do you mean?
Like, it's a thing, dude.
Dude, it will not wear off. If you have that shit, you gotta at least
it's a commitment. You gotta know not to schedule anything else that day when you have it.
You know why? What I love edibles is when I'm traveling or when I'm at an event.
Okay.
Because you have to keep moving.
No.
Yeah, but, and so like you don't.
Edibles are great in that sense, but when you consume the appropriate amount, I don't think consuming 1,000 milligrams and 500 milligrams is responsible.
Yeah, I gotta say, man,
that's
kicking the balls.
Yeah,
man.
dude. No, thank you, man.
Be stuck. Like I don't know, we're just gonna.
I haven't been like that in a while. As a matter of fact, in my early marijuana consuming days, it was very easy.
And even back in the beginning,
the innocent days, you know. It was. I remember
long-haired Joe.
Long-haired Joe was strong. It was at the height of his powers.
Took your powers away.
He's fucking Samson.
Is your peak?
Took your powers away.
Fucking yeah, long-haired Joe. Well, when I was going to college, me and the Foo went to college together, and
where was this at?
This is at Cal Poly Pomona.
Okay.
Very last after the very last class and final we had. He told me that his pops rolled a few joints for us to celebrate. So we get like 3 really fat joints that is pops rolled for us, and then we just smoke it in his car and hotbox it there. Still, mind you, at the Cal Poly Pomona parking lot. And then we're like, dude, we shouldn't be. We start to get paranoid and shit. So we're like, we need to get out of here. So we don't go too far. Like we just go on the street off of Valley there. Yeah, Valley Boulevard. And,
and
we
forever,
just
right?
post up. We just fucking get this, man. Like for the beginner stoners, for the veterans, you would remember as I described this, but when you get the roller coaster feel.
Yep.
Do you remember getting those? Do you still get them? Mm-hmm. I don't get them anymore.
I don't either.
I don't get them anymore. But it's nice that you do because it'll kind of set you straight. But it's kind of one of the. It's like
not when you're driving.
It's like the sound barrier, you know. Like once you break the sound barrier, you can go as fast as you fucking want. Mm-hmm. Once you break the roller coaster feeling barrier, you can get as high as you fucking want. Mm-hmm. I think we're way past that.
Oh yeah, I think I passed that years ago. I don't remember. Oh god. Yeah.
But it's a sonic boom of getting high, in my opinion. Like that's how I describe it. It's the sonic boom of getting high regularly.
I mean, for those of us that do consume marijuana, religiously, but for those that have taken shrooms, I would say it's like this.
What is up with that shit? Are you serious right now?
Why you judging, man? That's a judgment-free zone. The fuck, bro?
It just says, you meant to say daily.
This is America? This is America, right? It's America, isn't it?
Not like religiously.
I went to one of those, dude. I was laughing.
See, watch what you say, because it's a thing now.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
It's a church of weed.
Yeah, it's a church of weed,
the
bro.
dispensary that this guy hits up is a church.
I know, they got you.
Yep.
Got you. Got him.
Bastards.
Got him. It worked. It fucking worked.
No, he just goes in there. Do you show up on Sundays? Dude?
No, fuck no.
Because I'm
here.
From time to time.
Dude.
The one time he wakes up at 6 in the morning.
I'm agnostic, bro. None of that. None of that. Not even marijuana. But no, I would say I was saying, G baby, you dickhead.
Right, I'm a dick.
Don't be a dick. God. Dick.
Fate.
Yeah, I'm not even. I'm done. Fuck you.
Well, speaking of the Foo, because we brought him up a lot in this episode.
Who's that?
The Foo.
I've never met the Foo.
No. I know. Well, you're one of the early listeners of the show.
I remember the Foo.
You remember the Foo being he was my first sidekick, and I mean he was cool.
He was a Foo,
but he had to leave.
He had to leave to Footopia because ISIS and shit. You know how that goes. So
what's going on with the Foo, man?
Well, we caught up with him. He came into town.
That's right.
He had a portal that got him here within minutes.
He exchanged sexual favors for said portal.
That's the currency over in Footopia.
I knew it.
It's they exchange fluids.
Explains a lot of those transmissions we received a lot earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I featured one a couple episodes ago, and that was weird, dude.
That was very weird. But what has he said now?
Well, we went to a trivia night. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yes we did.
You, me, and the Foo. We went to trivia night. Seinfeld. And it's funny because I treated the Top Shelf Shake Seinfeld trivia day as practice for this trivia.
Useless.
It was useless because they used a different method. I'm not going to trash their method. But,
no, it was different.
But it was just different. We said hello to the guy who has his own podcast.
Yes, he does.
The trivia night was Trivia with Buds. His last name is Buds, Budds.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own podcast. I plan to invite him on. It should be a fun thing. Maybe we can do one of his trivias here on the show. As long as it's not like level 10 difficulty and shit.
Yeah, come on, man.
You guys rocked me with The Simpsons last time, dude. I was caught off guard.
Oh,
so
right.
this one was Seinfeld, The Office, The Simpsons, and Friends. It took place at Last Name Brewing over in Upland, California. They make a delicious beer. One of my favorite beers, in fact. It's called the Pomona Queen. Have you guys ever hit up the Pomona Queen? Have you had a drink of that?
I just recently had that.
Very crisp, very nice, good beer. Yeah. One of my favorite beers. Not only local beers, just one of my favorite beers.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
They make a lot of good shit there. They have a decent stout that's tasty as fuck, dude. It's like having a milkshake.
Oh, yeah. That was bomb. That was the last
I wanted to put
a
cherry on it, son.
That was the last one. That was bomb.
Delicious.
Dude, it was delicious, dude. Delicious, man. Best.
Don't make me say it again. It sounds weirder when you...
Delicious. It was delicious.
So, it's funny because you don't get them... People who we deal with don't really have a lot of interaction with the Foo, and it's funny because the guy asked for our names. I'm Joe C from the podcast, and he gave us a shout out to. In fact, our team name was the Foo Bar Show podcast.
All right, cool.
So, marketing. And so we. Those are our marketing efforts for the month.
Yeah,
we went to a trivia.
That was in budget.
That was in our budget for the day.
Cool.
It was a $10 entry. Worth it, I thought.
Did you get buttons?
No, but I won a coloring book.
Parks and Rec.
A Parks and Recreation.
No, but did you have buttons that said like Foo Bar Show?
No. But whenever we turned something in, we just had to write that.
We're not that branded, bro.
Oh, come on.
So we didn't win. The questions were quite difficult.
They were hella difficult, but I mean...
But hey, like somebody won.
How much did you lose by?
We were like mid-tier of the entire...
There was a lot of teams. We weren't last. We were last.
We were mid-tier.
How many teams?
Quite a bit, dude. There was like 20 teams.
There's about 20
teams. So you guys were like 12?
More like 9, 10.
Yeah, 9 or 10.
We weren't that far down.
Okay.
Because he had the spreadsheet that was keeping score being projected on a screen.
Okay.
So like everybody kind of knew where they were ranking at, and by the end, me and this guy were like, we're just mathematically like
we knew we were done, like whatever.
Based on how many more rounds we had, it was like, we're just playing for fun.
Well, after the Simpsons,
but see, that's messed up though, because they still counted, right? Those points still counted,
of course. But it's just
so then that's helping the team you're playing against.
No, not necessarily, because it wasn't like raise your hand. You had to write your answers on
everybody got a chance to answer.
Everyone got a chance to answer,
and whoever got the most answers right just got that amount of points.
Yeah, that's
what
all
put
it
up on the
It
scoreboard.
was just tallied. They just tallied the total amount of answers that as a team you guys got. Right. Yeah, but it was only 3 of us, and then you had some people there with like 8 people.
And I recorded audio, by the way, on my phone, but it was just shitty. There was too many people there. You couldn't decipher who said what or what was that. I mean, you got some signs of the Foo.
Audio's real tricky, man. Audio's real tricky.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, well, there was just a lot of people. The acoustics in there are very reverby because it's like a warehouse type of situation. It's a brewery.
You don't have a mic?
No, man. This is low budget. This is low budget podcast. Yeah,
I get your mic.
Oh, look at you. All right, cool.
Man. You just hook up to your phone too.
That's why you're a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Yeah. Or you could use your pods.
My what now?
Your pods.
Your earpods.
Your pods. Right. Yeah. Right. I need to find those.
Yeah.
I don't use them, dude. Like I don't use them to make phone calls, and I see people like still like sporting them.
But it's low budget and it's like guaranteed to work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna pick you up wherever you say.
Yeah. Fucking Apple product. I gotta love my iPhone.
Nah, I got me the Beats too, but they got me like the wireless ones.
Oh yeah.
So I could talk also.
Yeah.
I take those riding when I'm like working out and shit.
Yeah, I have those AirPods. I have those Apple AirPods. I like those. Those are awesome.
Nice.
Those are